Hey everyone, in this video, we will be discussing a little bit on how to analyze corpus data using AntConc software. So you have downloaded the software from lawrenceanthony.net/software/AntConc, and this freeware will help you, portable freeware will help you to analyze your data. So before we are analyzing the corpus data, we will need to introduce ourselves with AntConc features. So if you open AntConc, you will see several lists of features on the top, including file, global setting, tool preferences, and help. And then in the below panel, you will see concordance, concordance plot, file view, cluster or n-grams, collocates, word list, and keywords. So quickly, if you choose the concordance after you insert your files, you will see several options later on, including the concordance, which is used to answer grammar, vocabulary, and usage query, depending on your questions and query into the software. And then you have also some other options, including clusters or n-gram to show you semi-fixed phrases and collocations. You also have a file view to see the details of the file or the documents. Concordance plot refers to content or themes or terminology or citations which you input in your writing. Keyword list and word list are a list of words which are usually sorted based on the frequency. So next, if you click concordance later on with, for example, the keyword language, so you will see list of words here, and context, this is what we call context, the words preceding and following that particular keyword. And then if you click file view, if you click one of the words of there, for example, the first hit, then you can find this in the content of that particular findings. Next, you will also see a concordance plot. This is the positions where you can find that particular keyword. We also have collocates. So for example, to show what kind of collocation occur with language keyword. So language in or language of or of language, the language, the second language, and so on. So this shows the collocations as well as the frequency in the left, frequency in the right, and overall frequency and rank, which shows the hierarchy of this word list. The cluster or n-gram is basically the collocations which comes as a range and found together, and which is not random, and usually they are creating a phrase. So for example, like language learning, language errors, language learners, and language use. Next is word list. It shows you the list of words frequently found, the most frequently found words in your words. So it shows you how many words are used by the writer. Then it shows you the frequency of each word in that one. So for example, you want to see words here with the suffix or prefix, particular suffix or prefix, you can find it in the word list. The last one is options. In the word list, you can also find preferences. If you click preferences or options, you will get like several options to show. For example, if you just want to see the rank and frequency, or you even want to get everything else like keyness and keyword and so on, or you can even clear the setting. Lastly, we have a keyword list, which shows you a list of keyword which is more common than word list, and it's more global rather than word list, which is quite specific. So next activities, I will show you, and we will simulate on how we can use AntConc for our study. Now click your AntConc and activate your AntConc. Click File. Then you can select Open File or Open Direction. If you choose Open Directions, you will automatically include everything in that folder. If you choose Open Files, then you will select several files only. So to make sure that you can include everything, click Open Direction, or if you just want to please choose selected files, you can click Open Files. Then there are other options like Clear Tool or Clear All Tools, as well as Save Outputs. With a clearing tool or all tools, you will clear all file or arrange settings in your AntConc and return it back to the original one. And then if you clear the tool or files, you do not delete your files actually. So do not worry about that one. You can restore the settings to the default if you have changed it before. So you will see here, if you click something next to the file, you will see the global settings. This is usually settings for advanced users. We do not really use it, but tool and preference is quite commonly used. So for example, for concordance, if you want to see the quick display, or you want to show the file name, you can do it. Or if you delete the file name, then you cannot see it. We will just simulate it later. So first I will insert the file first. So I will go to the place where I saved it before. I have it into the corpus. Inside draft 1 and 2, I have txt folder. Then it's here, all of them. To make sure that the data has been imported, the data have been imported correctly, click File View. Just wait for 1 or 2 seconds. If you can see the details, then it means that the data have been imported correctly. If you cannot see it and it's empty, then it means that there is something wrong, either with the importing file, or maybe the document itself. So okay, come back, and then you want to see, for example, the keyword list and word list first. This is your files, which is consist of your works, and then you, for example, can click tool preference. If you want to show the file name, you need to click and click apply, and then you can see the file names here in the left as well as in the right. So next, if you want to see, for example, without file name, and then you can choose to unselect this one and apply, click apply. Then it will show you that it's not there anymore. And if you want to show it, then just click file name. Then in addition, you can show the concordance plot or cluster and so on. So this is basically the preferences and options in concordance. So this is the file name on the left, on the right side. So let me show you. For example, you want to find something with the keyword of do. Then you can start type it in the search term. This is the default to find the words. But if you want to be specific, you can try to choose case or regex. So you can start it and see if do is available here. You can see here that all of the do are listed here, and these are the contexts on the left and the right side. So you can change it. For example, for the level 1, you can the levels are here shown in different coloring. So level 1 on the right side, level 2 on the right, and level 3 on the left side. So for example, you can also change it with it shows you how many concordance hit you have. So here we have 61 results. Then for example, you change it into window size. If you want to change the window size, you can change it as well. So this one, you can change this one into your expectations. So let's do with the default one, because this is to show you all the results. And then after that, you can change it. For example, you want to show level 1 on the left, one left, level 2 on the right, level 3 on the right. Then you can click start, and it shows you, see, that the level 1 will show you in the left. After that, you can, for example, select the whichever sentences which you do not want to include. So for example, here, for example, you don't want to include something do and full stop, something like this. You can double click it to select only the left one. Then when you click, you hold Control and click it, and then you can select all the sentence. So hold Control in your keyboard and then click left, then you can select this one and just delete it. Don't worry that your file is saved. It will not be deleted from the actual file. It is just shown as deleted in here. So if you want to select all the words or the results, you just need to click on one part, then click Control A. So if you want to select all the words here, then you need to click Control A, and then you can do that. Next, if you, for example, wants to search for something, but it is not limited to words. For example, you want to find the compound, so you can, for example, put star, and then, for example, you want to put suffix ing. The first one, you need to unselect words here. So you include all words, case, and regex here. Then you put star and then ing, for example. Then you hit start. Then it will show you anything which has like ing ending. So wedding, any something, ending, happening, beginning, promoting. And you got a huge number like 793 hits here. Definitely you don't want to include all of them. So you can, for example, click sort, and it will sort for you depending on the variables which you include. Then you can also select advanced. if you really want to make it more specific, for example, like you want to add longer context and then add extra context on the left and the right, then for example, click apply and then start it. Then you will see here, there are more words or the context around them. If you don't want some results, you can press Control and click the sentences and then hit delete. You can do that. After you sort your words, definitely you can also include other things. For example, like if you put star and then in the search column star space and ink, then you click start, it gives you exactly like what you expect. So there is a space, something word or anything else, space and then ink over there. So if you want to put, for example, like suffix er or suffix ment, and like in entertainment, then you can do that and click start. It shows you like this, includes all of them. And then maybe if you don't want these sentences, so you want to delete some of them, so you can do that manually. For example, like control and click on that side. See, something like this, like document, we want to include documents here, but we want to delete mental, for example, mentality, then click delete and you had them over there deleted. Then you can see a certain thing here. Similarly, you can try other thing, for example, with regex, and it will show you that the term is not valid because it's not a regular expressions, because it is just suffix. So for example, we do like put internet, then you can select regex, and then you see that the internet here have several findings. So regex is regular expressions. When you choose regex, you include all the words which are in that particular expression. So for example, like when you choose regex for book, then you can hit start. Then you can find here that any words which has book, like book, boredom, body, boomer, will all included in regex. So this is particularly useful if you want to see something smaller than word. So for example, like suffix, prefix, or anything else under the word, that's pretty useful for you, right? Which is come back to, for example, we select books. After that, so we have 13 hits for select books. And then we will see the keyword list. And you can click keyword list. And then you can start the keyword list. No corpus word list. You need to click word list first and just clean it. Then start the word list. Shows you the frequency of words. So from this about 48 documents, I got 1,974 different words or tokens. So for example, like the, to, of, internet, and, is, and so on. So you see here, for example, like in social, there is a suffix al, or for example, others can be seen here. You can click it down. So cyberbullying, so there is an ing here, or addiction in. So you can use that as a clue. For example, if you want to analyze suffix in or suffix cyberbullying or so on, effects with the s ending and so on. So for example, you want to find s ending, you can put star s and space, and then see in the concordance, and you found a huge number of words which has s here, but not all of them are showing singular or plural. Some of them showing, for example, like serious, it's not included because it's not the suffix s, but then it's part of the word itself. So you want to be really specific with this one. So for example, like you try to find more specific words with this. For example, like you have some clues here, there is gamers and so on. So for example, you put er and s, and then you see, and you get less results, but it's more specific. So role players, computers, users, and so on. So using this AntConc software, you can find the word list, which shows you the frequency of the words you are using, as well as the concordance with the term that you want to try. And then you also find the concordance plot. So for example, we found here about ERS, ending ERS, about 154. And then we try to find another. So first we will try to copy this one. You can click Control, Alt, and A to select everything. Then you Control C, you copy it. And then you open another document. For example, here, let me show you that I want to open a notepad. So I will copy the file, and then I will paste it to notepad, my notepad. Then just a second. Yep, this one. Then Control V to copy it. So you see that all the results are here. Some of them are aligned, but some others are not. But then you see here, if you make it smaller, then you can see that they are in a line. It will be nicer if you copy it to Excel, because there is a space to differentiate between particular sections in your text. So for example, I will Control V into this, and you can let me show you. Sorry. Yes, and you can drag the words, for example, here. It doesn't show you really the difference, but if you want to see the real split, then what you need to do is you need to go back to your AntConc, and then for your tool or preference, you can click tool or preference, go to concordance, and put space here, then treat the case in sort. So you need to put tab, it's already been tabbed, and then you can copy and put again in Excel. So it should show you the split result. Anyway, if you do not show that split result, that's fine, as long as you can see it as a lines. and then you can find the results. So we will go back to AntConc. Right. So that's what we are trying to find. And you also have n-gram here. With the n-gram, you will see that this is the combinations, the likely combinations of that particular ER endings. So like interact with internet test. Maybe some of them are not really relevant because these are not words. But then, for example, if you put words here like internet and then click start, you will see very relevant result: internet addiction, internet is, internet to, and so on. So this will help you if you want to analyze the words. All right, so what we are going to do for our project is that first, for individual project, after you collected your corpus and put it in one folder, you need to open the files or open directions and load your documents. And then, for example, see the word list. And you may want to focus on certain findings which has a major result. So for example, here, in my findings, some of the major results which relate to word formation would be like suffix or prefix. So, but definitely you can also find something else. So for example, here we have like effects. So it means that S ending for this particular words are really frequent, has a really high frequency, including ion, like in addictions. So let's go with the addictions. Then you can put star ion, like in addiction, nation, and so on. Then you can hit start. Then you can find like we have like 371 result. This is pretty huge. It is because I have like 48 documents. If you have less document, you may need like you may find like fewer results. So location, communications, conditions, and relations, and so on. You will see how, in general, you create your ion, whether this one is consistent, and then what kind of words you put here, whether all of them are verb put together with ion, suffix ion, to create a noun, or whether they are referring to something else like relationship. It shows that ion is not the only ending, but it has another following suffix ship. So relate plus ion plus ship, and so on. And then you can also comment on whether this findings is followed by, for example, article or another words, like in phrase, like access information. Access information is not a phrase, but it's a combination of verb and noun. But a saturation or a situations is a combination of article and noun. So you can comment on that one. And then describe your findings. So for example, I found 371 suffix ion in my writing, and all of them functions to create, for example, a noun from the verb. However, I also, for example, find something else like internationally. It has eon, but it doesn't functions to create, but it is noun as in the ending, but then it combines with other suffix and prefix to create internationally. So it is nation, but nations is not from a verb, but it is already in noun, nation, and then it got prefix inter and suffix ao and li. So not all eon are suffixed to create to change verb into noun, but some of them are already part of the word itself. So something like that. You can also find other things from your your finding from your analysis. Note that AntConc is not the only software which can do that. You can also use other software like Wordsmith, CQP Web, LexTutor, Wmetric, Sketch Engine, Spadia, and so on. And you can also find Corpus online, but because we want to try to create a DIY homemade corpus, I think AntConc is like a very simple program and quite adequate for beginner users. Then the concordancer's function would be to check or to find collocations, which you have seen in that particular demonstrations, and then to find the patterns from certain, for example, suffix or prefix, and to show the examples of your findings in easy way, because if you show it using examples like this particular findings, it is easier for you to do that. And then to find informations not available, otherwise not available if you do not use such software to help you. So it's basically software which can help you to make it easier for you to analyze your data. There are some references if you are really interested to focus more on these particular studies. That's all. Thank you so much. And further questions, please let me know.